what the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports is Houston, Texas, Homer Network. I mean, we talking all sports, but only Houston. And by Homer, we don't mean that everything's always peaches and cream. But I am your host, Ed Honcho. Glad that you could join me this evening, man. We're going to have a short sauce tonight. Probably only be about 30 minutes or so. But got a few things that I want to get into, a few things I want to dive into, and, some points that were made and some things that were tied into, and especially because Mr. Lamont had brought that up yesterday, and I saw the thing, already deep rich, that I got the follow up on that, and that's really crazy. It's like the craziest shit I've ever heard of in my fucking life. But again, people get mad when we say these things. We tell y'all there's just weird shit that's fucking going on with this organization. Like this organization is not ran like other football organizations. You can see it. And I say, for us to be so talented, it's the talent that carries this fucking team. So again. So here's the deal. If he pulls what he pulls, I'm sure he'll be out of there. But let's see what we got. Join us, man. Let's get into some good conversation. Like I said, we got about 30 minutes today. And then those of you who rock with the Den will be in the Den at 9. The Den has moved up also. Chopper Slim, Darla Root, Josh, what's the motherfucking deal? Hugh Betcher, Michael, Dirty South Scout, what's the motherfucking deal? Entity, Jerome, what's the motherfucking deal? Moose, Miss Voodoo Child, I'm fucking reading and doing it. Miss Voodoo Child, the better half of the greatest moderating couple in all the land, joining us this evening. Solis, what's the motherfucking deal? Tay Hill, Kevin Jones, D. Pritch, a.k.a. Texans Palace. If you're not following Texans Palace on the gram, fuck you. Yeah, I said it. You want to fight about it, then let's fight. You call yourself a Texas fan, you ain't following Texas Palace on the gram. You bullshit yourself, man. Follow Texas Palace on the goddamn gram to get all the up-to-date Texans info, what's shaking with the team, and everything you need to know, man. Shout out to D. Pritch. Go DJ. Joseph, what's the motherfucking deal? Braden. Dakota, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Front runner Jackson Gay, what's the motherfucking deal? Vincent, what's the motherfucking deal? Footballer 503. Heidi. Heidi's here. L. Murray, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Professor Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? DJ Roy, what's the motherfucking deal? So, just jumping into it real quick, like I say, because we don't have a lot of time. So, I want to talk about this playoff thing, and I do want to get to that. But yesterday, Luana came in and he shared that, about, hearing about some about the with the Texans and Bill O'Brien and how this offense works. And to me, this explains more than anything the inconsistency that we see. And I mean, this is the inconsistency right here, right? Because there's obviously some form of power struggle. There's obviously some kind of lack of communication. I don't know what the fuck it is, but anyway. And Texas Palace shared it with me on the Twitters, and I retweeted it. When I posted up my stuff, like I said, when I get on the PC, I check a little bit, but. So here is the thing, right? Right? Man, don't listen to Professor. Professor Trill's a professor hater, all right? I still have an Instagram account. I just don't get on it every day, okay? I'm just not, I took it off my phone. I still have all the stuff. I just don't, to minimize the distraction, I took all the notifications off my phone because, all the other good stuff. I might, it's a short sauce. I want to spill a couple things. I might take one or two calls. We'll see how fast we get through this. But, you know what I'm saying? No, I didn't see what the Good Morning Football dude said, but, there's a podcast. I can't remember the name of the podcast. I don't know, but whatever. It was a clip from it. The guy basically on that podcast was saying that he has an associate somewhere in the Texas organization that basically says that this is what happens. The offense gets installed for the week, and then either Bill O'Brien is handling his other many hats. He has too many hats on, so he can't handle all his business. Then comes in on a Thursday or Friday, which means you're not padded. You're not really practicing. It's a lot of walkthrough shit. And then wants to change the fucking offense. You know what I'm saying? Then wants to change the fucking offense. Basically, changes the whole game plan up a day or two later. Like, comes to the Texas or flag football. I mean, it is what it is. And it's unfortunate because you know why? It's Billy O. I can't let my people do their fucking job, man. Appreciate the love, Cody. But like, fucking hate Heidi. But my thing is just like, what the fuck? Who does that? Who the fuck does that? You know what I'm saying? No, you don't fucking have a game plan all fucking week. Say, we're going to do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday say, scrap all of that. This is what we're going to do. We don't have time to execute, walk through. It's basically fuck everything you actually practice. There's a reason it's practice. There's a reason you practice. You know what I'm saying? Professional or not. There's a reason you have to develop chemistry. There's a reason you have to understand, the propensity of other players and what they're going to do. And you may do some special tweaks here and there for that week. And then on fucking Friday and Saturday, Bill Brown says, no, we're not going to do any of that. And, we're not fortunately, I guess you think a home game and a travel game, right? And if you're traveling Saturday, you're out of there. So it's like, fuck the other 4 days of what we did or 3 days of what we did, depending on, what kind of week you got. And then especially on a short week like this. And I'm not saying he did it this week, but who wouldn't be surprised? Who wouldn't be surprised that's what happened with Baltimore, right? We planned for a whole week, and then the next week he scraps the whole thing and does something different. That lack of consistency says something to players, right? That lack of consistency says something to... It defines your leadership in a particular kind of way. Players are looking at this guy, don't know what the fuck he wants to do. You have a guy, you're calling the offensive coordinator, you're having us do all this all week, and then you're going to come in and say, nah, change your plans, fellas. What kind of stupid shit is that? It's fucking dumb. I've never heard of such a thing. You know what I'm saying? So, again, when we talk about at points where this team has not only had to play against the opponent but themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? They say the call for the storm. Wants to call B.O.B. the head honcho. They now, me and Bill O'Brien, we can fight. We can fight. We can fight right now. If I'm finna pull up, skirt. But he's the butt chin honcho. But my thing is just like, man, like who does that, right? I've never heard of anything. Appreciate the love, Sam. I've never heard ever in my life of such a thing. Have you? Like, has anyone ever heard of such a thing? Like, that's why you have an offensive coordinator to coordinate your offense, right? It's the most ridiculous shit. I mean, you would look. Bill got other problems in his life that he needs to deal with. He don't want this smoke. Look, I'm rusty. That still does Bill O'Brien with the ease. With ease. So here's my thing, man. He'll be the almost coach again. But my thing is this, right? So it's like, it's terrible because now, like I say, you're not only playing against the opponent, you're playing against yourself, you're playing against your own fucking head coach. Like, I've never seen a coach, I'm not lying, in high school, because it happened to me one time, but I've never seen a coach in the professional ranks get mad because something worked, like something a player planned worked, right? And what I mean by that is, like in the New England game with the Kenny Stills touchdown, you saw Bill O'Brien try to bitch about it a little bit, or you saw in I forgot what game it was, and I forgot exactly what, but I remember him and it was actually a successful play in him like questioning Watson on the sideline. It's like, maybe if you implement something into your fucking bullshit ass offense, that caters to this guy's strengths, then maybe we see more of that. Pretty much bad because he didn't do it. It's not what we worked on. It's probably something they worked on earlier in the week, and then because when he changed, well, we were doing the new thing now. I thought we were doing the new thing, Watson. But like I say, this is what I'm saying. So we sit here and question like, what is the deal sometimes with the inconsistency? If in your mind you have studied and you have okay, this is the way we're going to approach the game, and we know Watson is a student of the game. He loves the game. He studies the game. He puts a lot of dedication and work into it. So imagine, spending the majority of your week studying for something, right? Say you're in school, right? And the test is on Sunday, okay, whatever. And you spend 5 fucking days studying this material, and then the teacher says on Saturday, oh, We're going to do a different chapter, so you got to be prepared for this chapter tomorrow. Excuse me. And it's just like, what the fuck? Right? Isn't that what you would think? Like, what the fuck? And so if this has happened more than once, if this has happened multiple times this year, it's like the players have to be like, what the fuck is going on, right? Science does hard as fuck. And so, that and I believe it, man. I really believe it. Like, this is something I truly believe that this is happening. So I don't, like I said, I don't know the guy from the podcast. Like I say, was shared with me. I don't be knowing people. Like, I don't pay attention to people. Like, I don't know anybody. That's the problem. So it's like when somebody says, well, such and such said, I don't know who the fuck is that. I don't know who that is. So my thing is just like it's terrible. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically. And my thing is just like, come on, man. Like, how can you like, even as a head coach, like, he's destroying himself. And again, it came out as a successful season. Hey, won the AFC South again, great. It was a successful season in terms of doing what you're supposed to do to get to the playoffs. But it's like, does a person not think, hey, well, this is what's been going on the whole week. Maybe it's a good idea just to stick with the game plan instead of trying to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Again, hopefully that didn't happen this week. Hopefully he had a game plan, and to me it almost seems like a lack of confidence, right? It almost seems like a lack of confidence in what he. Yeah, that's yeah. I agree with you on that. Because like I said, I definitely do know Rivers McCown. I like Rivers McCown. Very intelligent dude, and I love the way he breaks down shit. But it's just like, come on, man. Why? What? Cal said that even if they lose, that'd be terrible. I mean, but I believe he's gonna be there no matter what. So, and it's just like, I've never heard of an organization doing this, and it's frustrating because, again, all of this fucking talent, and you can't maximize because you're on some wishy-washy bullshit. That frustrates the fuck out of me, man. Like, that's unbelievable. Anyway, into the Bills, and I spent half the damn time ranting on the fucking Bill O'Brien's bullshit. But getting to the Bills, right, and just looking at, like I say, some predictions and some things that are going to happen. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be an easy game for the Texans in any form or fashion. I think you have 3 guys on the Bills who are all decent running. And what Watson show everybody. Look, Watson is a leader. He's a motivator. He ain't gonna ever talk down on his people. That's the thing. Like, he's going to verbally motivate, and he's going to lead by example. He's never going to throw anybody under the bus. So it just is what it is. But my thing is this, right? Is like, you have 3 guys that I said, and that is, with Gore, Singletary, and Allen, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm all 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? All 3 of them. And so my thing is like, I can't. Again, we've seen the Texans. They've been very suspect in the run. They've been extremely questionable in the run. And the time has moved 6 o'clock since the first. It's been everything is 6 o'clock now. Everything's moved up. The den has moved up an hour, and the sauce has moved up an hour. So my thing is like, these are all guys that can do damage, respectively. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I don't think that, like, there's nobody that Texas can sleep on, right? Cole Beasley's had an all right season. I think he had like 780 yards, I'm rounding or whatever. And what's his name has just over 1,000. We've seen mediocre receivers come in and put up numbers on this offense. So even with Jameis early Christmas presents, Winston. It's like the Texans have to play A1 football. Like, they can't afford to make any mistakes. Like, and again, you're supposed to avoid mistakes, period. You want to play mistake-free football, period. But because of the questions on this defense and just overall lack of consistency, like, I think the Bills have some guys that could do damage. That may have not been great, may have not been all-stars or all-pros or anything like that, but we've seen lackluster look Hall of Famer against this fucking defense, right? And so that's my thing, you know. Oh, I agree, man. I agree that he does want all the glory because it's fucking stupid. Like, look, man, give the guys a game plan, execute it. If you execute it to the T, it shouldn't matter who's on the fucking field, shouldn't matter who you're playing against, anything else. Like, if you have a quality game plan, then it works. Side note, Rack does the same thing, but he does it on game day. Ha ha. But no, all bullshit to the side, man. So, like, just looking at this team, like I say, I agree. I think what Spitz said yesterday, he thought it was going to be a low-scoring game. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, and honestly, I think there's going to be a lot of I think there's going to be, expect turnovers. I expect a couple of turnovers from the Texans because this Bills defense is solid. And again, we've seen less quality defenses cause some issues. And I'm not going to say I don't know if I'm going to sit here and say I'm not going to knock Hyde, but expect some turnovers. Both ways, actually. I actually feel like it'll go both ways because I think Allen is a guy who can make some mistakes too. And if you're in the right place at the right time, which isn't 10 yards off the fucking ball, I think our DBs can make some fucking plays. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting. Like, I'd love to say that, right? I'd love to say that I think he's going to complete less than 50%, but I don't. I think Allen's going to end up somewhere. Because I think they're going to play it safe with him. And I think he's going to end up somewhere in the mid-60s, honestly. Like, honestly. Well, brother, you're an asshole. So, again, but like I said, that little piece of news, man, it blew my mind. It's actually been having me frustrated all fucking day. Like, why would anyone do that? Why would anyone do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, to me, and y'all can say, oh, y'all are just bashing, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is somebody who, I didn't say it. This is somebody in the media who has a reputation to uphold and all these other things. These are prominent figures around the city apparently retweeting and sharing this. So, my thing is, because half of y'all don't want to believe anything we say, and then until it comes to fruition, I mean, there's certain things you can just look at and see. But this is something you can look at and see, and I would have never even imagined. Like, that's something I couldn't make up if I wanted to make up. Like, that Bill O'Brien, they have the offense installed, and he's bullshitting around all week, and then Friday comes in and says he's going to change the game plan. Like, I could not. There's no fucking. I couldn't make that. Like, I wouldn't think anybody is that fucking dumb. Like, I wouldn't think anybody is that ignorant. I wouldn't think anybody's that oblivious to how this thing works. You know what I'm saying? And so, did the guy from Good Morning Football say that? No, I think I think Sam said it was Lance Zierlein that said something on that podcast. Like I said, I don't know whose podcast it is, and I'll be honest with you, like I can't tell people's voices from chicks. I don't pay that much attention. Like, only voice I know is like Seth Payne, honestly. That's like it. Everybody else is like that guy. Or I used to know Cook and Kalu. Them. Those are like the only three I could tell you. Everybody else, like I don't know who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who anybody else. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate and it's super fucking frustrating because, again, we've seen many years of talent get wasted in this fucking this organization, man. And it's the little things. Like, what separates good people, what separates trash from good and great, and good from great, it's the little things. Everybody has the same or can obtain the same general base of knowledge. But it's how you apply that knowledge, and then it's how you keep consistent with that knowledge. And that's what separates Bill O'Brien from being a good to great head coach. Mediocre is where he is, period. And it is what it is. But it's hearing shit like that makes you sit there and say, what the fuck? I mean, that's something a mediocre person would do, right? Like, that's crazy. But think about it. When the NFL Network guys doubted us last year, I was like, oh, they bullshit. Everybody's picking the Colts all last year, right? Everybody's picking the Colts all, you know. He said it's because the dude he was roasting the whole city sports seemed terrible. Move the stick. Yeah, that's what it's called. Move the sticks. There it goes. Okay, cool. All right. Appreciate that, Sam. Because like I said, that's what I was like. I was thinking outside the lines or some shit. Like I said, all that shit is the same to me. But Fuller game time decision, that means he's out. If they say Fuller's a game time decision, that means Will Fuller's not playing. So just go ahead. That's a wrap there. But here's the thing, man. Like, again, a mediocre person is the one who would tell you it's an 8-8 league. No, it's never been an 8-8 league. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best you get is like a 9-7 and make it to the Super Bowl if you get a lot of lucky breaks and helmet catches and shit, right? This is not a fucking 8-8. Like, it's just certain things, like I say, and fans should be upset because when this guy talks, it's like, again, we talk about the smartest guy in the room thing. It's like he talks to people like everybody's a fucking idiot. When in reality, you know what I'm saying? You may as well argue with Rivers about them hating on B.O.B. No, I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, I just got on. I posted my little shit for the little notifications of when the stream go live. I saw a couple of tweets, clicked them, liked them, retweet, and I'm off. Like I'm telling y'all, like social media, I'm not saying I'm not taking a complete hiatus, but it's just like for what I'm trying to accomplish right now and the things that I want to do in this year and just some of the shit I got going on in the background, like social media has to take a background. And the thing about it is, people say, "Oh, you need social media to improve this and improve that." In reality, no. I just need to focus on YouTube because that's where YouTube got its own growth. Most of this growth has never come from Twitter. It hasn't come from Instagram because my accounts on there are terrible. Like YouTube benefits those accounts. Those accounts don't benefit YouTube. So, like I say, I'm just solely focused on YouTube, and I'm not tripping on anything else. So as far as all the rest of that shit, I'm not gonna spread myself too thin. I'm gonna put out content on YouTube, and that's how we're gonna rock with that. If, like I say, I catch a message or something when I'm uploading, just kind of giving the information for those who know, or just to let people know that it's just going live or whatever. I'll take a respond real quick. But as far as that, I'm not. So that's kind of the game plan. But the Den topic tonight in the Den is Talking Dirty After Dark. So we get wild on Fridays. I'm like stuck between two topics right now. So I know what I'm leaning towards, but I might change it up here in a minute after I go take care of some stuff, and then I'll see for sure. But Fridays are always extremely interesting. But my thing is just like, again, you have all this talent. You basically have two number one receivers when healthy. And you sometimes you can find a way to make it look good. This is an offense that should be, like I said, only having 2 games the entire season above 30 points is terrible. It's like, I don't care what anybody says, it's terrible. And one of them, again, like I said, was against one of the worst pass defenses in the league at that time, and then the other, against a team who was just their defense wasn't that good, but has improved. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, even when we're talking about going to see the Chiefs, if we get past the Bills and go to see the Chiefs, don't expect to see the same type of game, right? Like, don't expect to see the same type of game. It could be a big difference. So again, because a different Texan team might show up. Who knows? So my thing is this, man. Like, as much as I love this team, and this is why I get so frustrated and annoyed, because I know that there are things. I said it did come on how freaky too. Man, there were some calls that night, right? Wasn't it? There were some very interesting calls that night. Now some I did not expect. I was like, whoa, okay, yeah. Honey Badger made All Pro. Very interesting. But y'all know he sucks. That's how everybody felt. He sucks, and he's terrible, and whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, he's not worth the money. He's not worth any of that. But it is what it is. So again. But my thing is this, man. My thing is this, right? It's like the Texans players, they need to stage a mutiny. If this game if Bill O'Brien is doing this, you have to realize this is not how an organization works, especially these guys who come from other organizations who may have had some success within those organizations. And they just see they should look and be able to say, this is not how it's ran. I've never seen this. And especially the guys who have been with different franchises. Like, everybody needs to come together and talk about their experiences with other franchises. A lot of these Texan guys have only been Texans, so they don't know any better. But these guys from other organizations need to sit down and say, hey, this doesn't happen anywhere else, right? This doesn't take, nobody's ever done this before. Nobody does this type of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And so again, like I say, it's a very unfortunate situation, but it's just like, man, what can we do about it? Nothing. And then guess what? It'll be happening next year. And this is why I'm telling you that what's his name is an offensive coordinator in name only, because I'm sure he comes with a game plan. And I wonder how frustrating it has to be for Tim Kelly, right? Like, if Bill O'Brien is saying, okay, hey, you know what, go and install an offense, you know, go ahead and come up with a plan. And he does that, right? And then Bill O'Brien, after he does his GM bullshitting for the week or whatever he's calling himself doing, just sitting in his office putting different hats on. This is my GM hat. This is my coach hat. This is my GM hat. This is my coach hat. Then he says, okay, time to put this offensive coordinator hat and go fuck up everything Tim Kelly's doing. And then go out there and fucking like change the game up, right? Like it's baffling. It really is baffling, like to fucking like to do that. But again, look at the Bills real quick. Like I said, because I'm gonna have to wrap it up here. It's gonna be a short sauce today. They dropped at midnight. No, I hadn't. Like I say, man, I hadn't been. Like I said, I haven't been on the TVs. I haven't been on anything. I'm minimizing external factors. So, you know. Hey, it is tomorrow. Look, let me remind y'all while I say that it is tomorrow. I'm sitting here thinking like I still got to do shit. But tomorrow, hour before the game, we will have the pregame show, post-game show, win, lose, or draw. You know, we're going to be here. We're going to pull up. And we'll have the call-in line open and all that good stuff. But like I say, as far as, and I didn't really get to touch on this as much as I want to. I've been sitting here ranting about Bill O'Brien and the nonsense, the circus that he runs, fucking Barnum and Bailey. Don't sleep on the Bills, right? Don't sleep on the Bills. Period. Like this, you cannot. Don't think, you know, that we're just going to go there and walk over them. Oh, Josh Allen, that's getting us a solid defense. Our defense is much worse. So we're just comparing. If we're like I said, we're comparing it overall. Like me personally, like I said, if you're just looking at numbers, mediocre offense is what we have. We have a middle of the pack offense. We have a bottom of the barrel defense, right? The Bills have a top-notch defense, right? And then lower than middle of the pack offense. So it is what it is. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Control, even if it kills him. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, man. I really think he has an ego issue. Like, can't sit here like, well, Tim Kelly has a great plan, and if it goes in and it looks better than anything that I did, then, you know, he may get a job somewhere else, or he may, you know, or people may be calling for him to do this and do that. Like, I'm telling you, there's something about this dude, man. Like, I feel like he lacks control in other areas of his life. And again, you're the head coach. You're the man. You're the man with the plan. But it's like his excuses for lack of success is, you know, it's gonna run out real soon because he can't point the finger at anybody else. Like, your last card is maybe Romeo Crennel, and then you really can't blame anybody else if you're not succeeding. So, you know, it is what it is. And I'm sure it is. I know it is. I'm like, because again, like, that Vrabel thing was so fucking stupid. Like, why would you bring him up for like, again, that's what I'm saying. That was like some type of manipulative shit. Like, well, maybe if I make him a DC, he'll stick around, and I can keep him under my wing or something. Like, this guy's a fast rising coach in the league, or people were liking what he was doing even the year prior, even as a position coach. And so to try to hinder that, like, we'll make you a defensive coordinator. And so we're going to put Crennel on the back burner, and then we'll bring it back. Like, again, these are things like, when have you ever seen any other team do any of these things? Like, when have you ever seen any other team do these things? And you can sit here and say we're hating, but you've never seen winning organizations do that. You've never seen winning organizations do. Name me one that does these kind of things. We're gonna give this guy a chance, then we're gonna put this other guy back in. Or that you hear about the head coach going and changing the game plan a day or two before the game. Anyway, here's the deal, man. I got to slide. I really got to slide. And again, like I say, I apologize for the short sauce, but we'll be in it tomorrow live an hour before the game, immediately after the game. And, you know, we're going to make it shake there. But I'm telling you, don't be surprised. Bill O'Brien will not get fired after tomorrow's game, no matter how bad it is. They're going to bring in more pieces from the Patriots organization because that's what we need. You know, we just need more people to have this identity. And again, like Spitz said yesterday, first it was the Redskins. We tried to copy them. Then you try to copy the fucking Broncos. Now you're trying to copy the Patriots. When will the Texans get their own fucking identity? That's what I would love to know. But here's the deal. Salt Sports HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Go like the Salt Sports Facebook page. Come join the Salt Sports Facebook group. It's all good. We will be in the Discord tomorrow for all the Patreon supporters. If you want to join us in the Discord, voice chat, chop it up at the round table. And the rest of the Salt Station that's in the Discord. Like I said, we have a voice chat. We talk live during the game. And so you definitely get live reactions during the game. Make sure you go and sign up for the Patreon at the $5 tier or higher. Patreon.com/Salt Sports is what you need to get there. A shout out to everybody who did. It was a wonderful conversation last night. It was some of the funniest shit. It was some of the funniest fucking shit conversation that I've had, man. So appreciate everybody who joined in. And again, like I say, if everybody who, I'm looking forward to y'all joining. But with that being said, gotta slide, man. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Y'all are the freshest motherfucking ingredients in the world. I'll catch y'all in the den at 9. No more den at 10. The den at 9. And I'm out.
Perfect.